Welcome to another episode of Out Geeked. Today we have a great episode for you. We have the Vegetas, or that we believe are the Vegetas of their own show. So right in the middle, we have Super Saiyan 4 SH figure art Vegeta, straight out from GT, as you guys know. And these are the guys behind him that we believe are the Vegetas of their show.
Yeah, like Vegetas, what we mean by Vegeta is a character that started off like the bad guy and had like, they had their set goals, beliefs, and pride, and a set of rules. And they eventually like still kind of like the anti-hero, and then eventually kind of became like the good guy, and you kind of like them more than the main character, and you kind of root for these characters to succeed a lot more, and they tend to be a lot more likable sometimes than the main character.
Yeah, that's right, and they sometimes even have a better, character development in their story. Not only the bad guy, but sometimes they are the second in command or the second hero. Mm-hmm. And over here, we also have a couple bad guys that are the second in command that we believe are like the Vegeta of Dragon Ball Z. I think Dragon Ball Z, at least to us over here in the United States, is the anime or the show that we first fell in love with and started watching more anime.
It's a safe bet that Dragon Ball was like the first anime a lot of people in the West watched, and it's the one that kind of introduced us to a lot of the tropes, like the main character, the anti-hero becoming good, the best friend trope. You've seen all those animes with those tropes, and Dragon Ball pretty much kind of introduced us.
Yeah, and it was totally different from the Saturday morning cartoons or the during the week cartoons before going to school. We had Doug, we had Hey Arnold, we had Captain Planet.
Yeah, it's a complete change of characters and cartoon and style because of that.
Right, completely. The writing, the character development, just completely different from what we were used to as growing up. So these are our figures that we have. We have more, but believe me, if we put everything out here, we would probably be covered up, and we won't be able to, for you guys to have some eye contact here.
Yeah, exactly. And there's stuff that we might not even have, but we'll just talk about characters that we also believe that are the Vegeta-esque character of that series or game or movie.
Yeah, absolutely. So, go ahead. You can start with one of your characters that you believe are.
All right. So I'll start off with my tried and true Dinobot. Dinobot started like previous episode. I'm not gonna go too deep into the character. Like we already had like a 30 plus.
Go ahead and check that episode out.
It's a good one. Dinobot started off as from the Predacons. Felt like Megatron wasn't leading them correctly, so he left them. And at first, he was going to join the Maximals to just take over, and he pretty much was going to take over and defeat the Predacons with the Maximals. But through and through the episode, he just started becoming one of the main good guys. He still has his little angst. He still like his Predacon beliefs, but after a while, you grow to like him, where you see like, all right, I see where Dinobot's coming from. He's starting quoting Shakespeare, and so like he's much more deeper character than a lot of the other characters, and he's just has a set rule of honor, and he's trying to follow that honor. And Megatron and the Predacons are just not following his belief, and he's stuck with the good guys.
The pride of all Saiyans, right? So the pride of Dinobot.
Yeah, pride of his honor, his pride, and it was just conflicting with that pride. So he just pretty much decided, I'll just remain the good guy. And at first he kind of quit and became a bad guy again, but it was actually a plan to get the Golden Disc, which he did receive the Golden Disc. Rat Trap felt a little betrayed, but typically characters like this, because Vegeta did the same thing. He sold his soul for Majin Buu, became Majin Vegeta.
Yeah, to get him.
Dinobot kind of did the same thing. They betrayed the good guys just to get more power in a way to get the Golden Disc. And then Dinobot is just a cool character in there. I like him more than most characters in the show. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. And he's just pretty much a Vegeta-esque character. Prideful, has a sense of honor. Deep down, actually kind of a good guy.
Yeah, I totally agree. He even had his Fallen of a Hero. It's the title, I think, of the episode when he passes away. And absolutely, I truly agree. I would say Bakugou over here, my good smiles with the big boom on it. He is from My Hero Academia. He's also a Vegeta-esque character. He grows power hungry. He wants to get stronger. He wants to be the number one. He wants to be the number one. But again, there's also the main character. And they both idolize the number one hero in My Hero Academia, which is All Might. And what I'm talking about is Izuku Midoriya, which is, he calls him Deku as an insult. And Deku goes ahead and makes that his hero name just to bug him even more. So Bakugou is, I would say, Vegeta-esque because of the power hunger, him being the number two, and not being able to reach Deku as a power and number one hero.
Yeah, definitely. Very Vegeta-esque. And definitely check out the Bakugou is his name?
Yeah,
Bakugou.
Bakugou, yeah.
His episode that Al did not too long ago, highly recommend it. Yeah, he's definitely a Vegeta-esque. I mean, when I was watching clips of the character, I was like, oh yeah, I could just see it, the Vegeta-ness inside him. He's very prideful.
Yeah, very prideful of his power, wants to be number one.
Right. See, another character, unfortunately, I do not have a toy or anything, but I brought the Blue Eyes White Dragon card. Some of you guys may know that is the space monster Seto Kaiba, the rival of the original Yu-Gi-Oh series.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Kaiba is pretty much, it starts off as an arrogant, prideful character. He thinks he's definitely in his mind the number one duelist, and he will do any ways, means possible.
Oh, he started badass just by punking Yugi's grandpa. I'm like, he's like twice your age, and you're not going easy on this little grandpa here.
He's not, and then the worst part is when he beats him to steal his blue eyes, he doesn't keep it, he rips it. He wants to make sure that he's the only one that could wield the blue eyes white dragon.
Would that have made the blue eyes white dragon a 4-head blue eyes white dragon instead of a 3?
We might have instead of the blue eyes ultimate dragon being 3-headed, it could have been a 4-headed. But if we're gonna follow Yu-Gi-Oh rules, you only could have 3 copies of the card in your deck.
Oh, okay.
So unless you could steal it, unless somebody in the field has.
So nobody else can use it.
Yeah.
Against him.
That's why he
really what it was.
He wanted to make sure that he is the only duelist in the world that had blue eyes white dragon. And after a while, the character developed, and you saw like his goal was he has a younger brother, and he wanted to take care of his brother. Pegasus stole the soul of Mokuba, and Kaiba went to Duelist Kingdom trying to get his soul back, challenge Yugi. He played a little dirty to make Yugi lose, but we know Yugi realized he's here to save his brother. And Yugi realized, all right, Kaiba failed, so I'm gonna try to save Mokuba and Kaiba from the fate of being their soul trapped from Pegasus. And then later on in Duel City and onward, Kaiba has been a recurring character, kind of like a frenemy to Yugi. Still wants to surpass Yugi. He'll do anything to surpass him. He literally made a tournament just to steal all the Egyptian gods to prove that he's a better duelist than Yugi.
Let's just get all the best cards in the whole world, and I'll be better than him.
Kaiba in one movie.
That's an easy one.
In one movie, Kaiba literally built a time machine to go travel back in time to challenge the Pharaoh one more time in a duel. And Mokuba was like, well, you can't do it. If you do that, the time machine can't bring you back. And he's like, I don't care. I want to challenge the Pharaoh in a duel one more time to prove that I'm better than him. So he's definitely, in my opinion, a Vegeta-esque character.
I totally agree. Awesome. Just nostalgia coming to me watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And watching Yugi pull out the heart of the cards and pulling out that big, what's his name? Exodia and just obliterate.
Yep, obliterate.
And just kill his 3 white eyes or blue eyes white dragon.
Yeah, and a side note, Heart of Cards is bullshit. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh player. But that's another topic for another episode.
Yeah, so I also have here Sasuke. Sasuke is, everybody knows who Sasuke is from Naruto. We all know he's the number 2 right after Naruto. Awesome powers he got. He got the Rinnegan, and then he has the Sharingan on the other side. He has nice electrical powers and fire chakras. He wields a sword, which is really badass. He's cool and collected, just like Vegeta is. Very, very, very he strategizes a lot. So again, wanting to be the best in the world of the ninjas. He wants to avenge his clan, his brother. So very, very Vegeta-esque. How he is calm and collected, very, very strategic. And that's why I brought him out here.
Oh yeah, Sasuke is a pretty cool character. Once again, when I was watching the clips, because I haven't watched Naruto, plan on it eventually. He's definitely a Vegeta. He's the number 2 ninja. I'm pretty sure he's trying to surpass Naruto. In one way or another. Yeah. And typically, just like Vegeta, some fans go to Sasuke more than Naruto because he's a lot. Everybody loves the brooding character. Like, oh, this guy, he's more deeper. He's more composed. He just has a little bit more depth than the main character. And I'm pretty sure Sasuke was one of them.
He is. He's pretty, the genius pretty much. He knew how to fight. He didn't have to really work so much for, his power, because of his bloodline. Again, Vegeta, Principal Saiyans, bloodline of the Uchihas. They're very well known about, them being warriors and the evil eyes, which are the Sharingans.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then another one, because I don't have any physical, like an actual toy, is Jack Atlas from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and his ace monster, Red Dragon Archfiend. That is Yusei Fudo's rival. He started out, they were best friends. They started off orphans. Jack Atlas challenged him to a duel because his goal was to leave pretty much the slums to become a star. And he was like, he challenged Yusei, beat Yusei in a duel, took his Stardust Dragon. He literally took advantage of his friends to become number 1. And he reached the top. and he still didn't feel satisfied.
Okay.
So
just like Vegeta-esque, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
When Yusei finally came back to his life, challenged him to a duel and defeated Jack Atlas, he got that satisfaction, like, oh, there's a challenge again. So he started like competing and started racing against Yusei and started dueling constantly. And then one cool thing about Jack, he was a total jerk from the first start of the series. And then he finally met, he reunited with Yusei, he became friends again. And then when he met this girl named Carly Carmichael, he became his girlfriend.
Okay.
And he kind of softened him up a little bit. And he was like, he opened up a bit more. He became closer friends to his Yusei, to Crow Hogan. One episode that always cracks me up, he was so used to being like the star and pop wealthy and stuff. So Yusei, Crow, and Jack were living in an apartment, like a rented house, and he's not paying rent. He's like, I don't need to pay rent. And so he went to this cafe to get like this Blue Eyes White Dragon coffee. And you know how much that costs? Just give me a guess.
$100,000.
Damn, that's some good coffee. It's $30. And they're like, you're spending $30 on coffee and not paying your rent. It's like, I deserve it. I'm the best. He has this ego about himself, and he's like, I deserve it. And I'm the king. I'm the best duelist ever.
I'm the prince of all Saiyans.
And then one quote from his promo card that I really do like: "Foolish king that forsaken his land and friends, but with his scarred soul was saved by a compassionate heart." That was his girlfriend. He was determined to live his own destiny, shall save the world, and became the true king, giver of the happiness and loved by all. So after a while, becoming like a jerk, he became like a hero and the kind of like the main character in a way to like the common folk, to the people. Like he was an asshole and became a hero and became best reunited with his friends and became more compassionate. Like Vegeta met Bulma, he became a little more compassionate.
Yeah.
He got his own son. He started to believe like, okay, so this is what Goku was talking about. He saw like, maybe I should open my heart a bit more to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I have here also Raphael. Raphael is the brawn of the 4 Ninja Turtles. He is the second leader right after Leonardo. And he's the brawn, just like Vegeta is the brawn. Some might say that Goku could be the brawn, but I think he's more of a rough brawn instead of just a pure strategic brawn like Vegeta is. So, so we have Raphael here. This is a figure from NECA, and he is part of the last Ronin toys that have been released, and he's trying to move on me here. I did an episode on this already. You guys go ahead and check that out. I'll go over the cool art that Raphael has. But again, this is more of a Vegeta-esque turtle. He is like the American side cartoon Vegeta, because he's always trying to fight. He's trying to be the best. He's trying to be the leader. And, he can't get there just yet just because he's not a natural leader. So that's why I brought out here Raphael.
Oh, yeah, Raphael is definitely that brooding. He could be an egotistical character sometimes, and sometimes his ego and his broodiness and punch first, ask questions later, sometimes backfire. Sometimes with Vegeta as well, because Vegeta has that confidence, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna win, and sometimes that overconfidence fails him, like when he fought against Cell, when he was like, oh, go ahead, power up the perfect Cell. Yeah, and then what happened? He screwed over and Cell kicked his ass.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He even went against his son's wishes, and his son actually blew him away for a little bit, made him bleed.
And I'm pretty sure Raphael did some things against Leonardo's wishes. Like, hey, we're a team. We should try to do this. And I'm Raphael. I'm gonna take care of it.
All the time. He's always been rebellious and always trying to one up Leonardo.
And I got another one. Mewtwo, in my opinion, is also a Vegeta-esque character. He was most of you guys know Mewtwo was created and cloned by Mew. He was designed to be the ultimate weapon, the ultimate Pokemon, the ultimate in general. He has like this belief, like I'm superior than most Pokemon, superior to mankind. Me and the clones would take over the planet and rule over all. But then after realization, like maybe there's some compassion. Maybe humans aren't as bad. He had a compassion, and he has. Maybe I should take care of these Pokemon that are injured, and he becomes a good, well-meaning Pokemon. Most legendary Pokemon have like these stakes, like they control time, space, whatever. Mewtwo in the lore thing doesn't even have anything special, but he's such an iconic figure in a lot of pop culture because he is that.
He is the legendary. He is the first.
Oh yeah, he is that legendary
baddie. In our 151.
Yeah,
he is that 150 Pokemon. So yeah, I totally agree, and he is he is the kind of like the caretaker or the guardian of Pokemon. when he first came out.
Right, and then Mewtwo's famous quote, "The circumstance of one's birth is irrelevant. It's what you do with the gift of life." And once he realized that, he just left with the other clone Pokemon, became that caretaker. And it's cool. I like Mewtwo. You all like Mewtwo. I mean, sometimes he gets too much love in the Pokemon community, but come on, just like Vegeta, you like him.
Yep, and I have here Starscream. He is a baddie, and he is the second in command in Megatron's army. And he always tries to dethrone him, trying to be the leader, trying to surpass him in power, always power hungry. A little bit like Dinobot. I always joke around. I think they made Starscream, or maybe Starscream is one of the or actually Dinobot is one of the ancestors of Starscream, because they did come first. They came before the Dinobots or Maximals and Decepticons. The Decepticons did. So I think he is Vegeta-esque. He's always trying to outdo Megatron, always trying to take that throne. He believes he's the strongest Decepticon, and he wants to prove it and rule over the world.
Yeah. And like this version of Starscream, definitely after leaving the Decepticons, he joined the Autobots for a bit, made friends with like the human characters. Her name is, I can't remember her name, because honestly, Armada's humans were kind of boring and lame, but at least Starscream saw something in her, I guess, so maybe she wasn't that bad. And he just became a redeemable villain in a way, because in one scene when Unicron he's trying to warn Megatron and Optimus that Unicron's coming, we gotta stop fighting. And he had this heroic, noble sacrifice. Like he literally got blown into smithereens because Unicron was like, "Nah, I need them to keep fighting." I
mean, Unicron is just like unfair. I think it's like a planet.
He is pretty much a planet. He's pretty much like the evil god of all Transformers. So, but Starscream took that hit and because of that hit, because of his sacrifice, the Decepticons and the Autobots stopped fighting and joined forces to defeat Unicron.
Yeah.
So just like Vegeta's sacrifice in the Majin Buu series, and gave him when he blew
himself up trying to blow up
Majin Buu.
Mr. Majin Buu, the pinkish blurb.
The ultimate villain, the gumball.
No, I was very surprised when Majin Buu came out. I was like, really? We're gonna go this way? But it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I mean that Toriyama, it's like subverting expectations. You expect the final bad villain of Dragon Ball to be like this giant demonic monster, and it's a pink gumball.
Yeah, very happy one.
Oh yeah, but he'll still kill you no matter what.
Oh yeah, me kill you. So yeah, and then I have here Zoro, Roronoa Zoro. I started watching One Piece this year. I'm all the way up to, I think, episode number 700. Yeah, there's over 1,000 episodes. So
I'm never gonna catch up.
No, it'll take you a while. They're definitely the father, or not father, but they just took over of all these side episodes or the filler episodes that they became the king of the fillers, to me at least. Because they do fillers, they do well on story writing. I can't believe how good this anime is. Just filler after filler, but they all make sense. They all put everything together. They do backgrounds on every character, not only the main character or the second in command. Actually, honestly, I don't think they do many of filler episodes for Zoro.
Really?
Yeah. Or Luffy, actually. They do a lot more with all the other supporting cast. More than what they have done.
It's probably because they're pretty much like the main characters.
Yeah.
They get most of the spotlight anyway.
They get most of the spotlight. But, he is more, I would say, not strategic. He's not really power hungry to be the number one. He does give that support to Luffy, he is the captain and he wants to be king of the pirates. He wants to be the best swordsman. So Vegeta wants to be the best Saiyan. And then also, he wants to be the best swordsman and also have power to carry on Luffy's wishes on becoming the king of the pirates. So that's why I have him here. Other than that, he is cool with 3 swords and he has the 3-sword fighting style, or the 3-sword style. It's the way that he says it on the anime. He's really cool. And just really good story for him. He cuts everything that is in front of him. He did run into on an episode. He did run into the one that's considered he's a warlord. His name is Hawkeye, and he did just cut him when he first just started. He cut him with a little butter knife. He cut him, and he's like, "Are you serious? You're gonna fight me with that?" And Hawkeye said, "Yep, I'm ready whenever you are," pretty much. And saw through his attack and just cut him. That's why he has that main scar through his chest. That's what Hawkeye did to him. But yeah, that's why I have Zoro here. I think with his him wanting to be the best swordsman, and obviously he wants to be the best Saiyan. Always trying to surpass people to become number one.
And then over there, I have Prince Zuko from The Last Airbender. Just like in the previous, when his own episode, we talked about his past. He started off hunting the Avatar because his dad told him, if you don't come back with the Avatar, you're not welcome back to our nation. He pretty much spent the first 2 books trying to like hunt Aang down and redeem his honor and his pride. But then eventually in book 3, he joined forces with the Avatar, trained him how to firebend. He still has his pride and still his ego, but he's mellowed down a bit and became like a reliable ally to Aang and friends. And just like Vegeta became Goku's pretty much number 1 ally. I would consider Zuko becomes Aang number 1 ally because in future when they grow up, they become advisors. He goes to Zuko and talks to him all the time, and Zuko gives him advice. So pretty much like Goku and Vegeta become like close, not even frenemies, they're called pretty much the closest ally rivals you could get.
Yeah,
Zuko became that for Aang.
Yeah, definitely. That definitely makes complete sense to me. And then I have here Shadow, which he became literally Vegeta.
He's literally Vegeta.
Yeah, he's literally Vegeta.
So they don't even hide it.
They don't even hide it. I mean, Sonic is Goku. They turn into Super Saiyan. We got here Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow is Vegeta, and he turns into Super Saiyan. So yeah, when he came out, it's really cool. And Sonic 2.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah. So he came in skating with his running shoes. Really cool design. I love the black and red and the golden rings. He's fast and he's always, trying to outdo Sonic, trying to be the best. So definitely it's Vegeta. I mean, it's the same story. Mm-hmm. They actually become their enemies and then they become enemies, just like you said, rivals and friends. And they try to, stop Eggman.
Yeah.
So
Shadow's literally the only one that can actually keep up with Sonic's speed. Like I do like that the fact that Shadow's like slightly like stronger than Sonic, but Sonic has like a little bit more faster. So I kind of like how the fact that they kind of play off that dynamic. Like if they ever fought, Sonic just got to try to outrun him and avoid it because Shadow will pound him to the dirt. And he's tired of Sonic's arrogance and cockiness. Who does that too? Vegeta. He's tired of Goku's cockiness and arrogance. So he's literally Vegeta.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then we all know Shadow is going to get his new game.
I can't wait.
Same here. And then we might learn a little bit more about Shadow.
Yeah, can't wait for that, Shadow. And then the man of the hour, we got Vegeta. Vegeta is the highlight or the main character for all these guys right here. I don't care what you guys say, but all these guys were based out of Vegeta. They have some Vegeta-esque on these guys. And he is a badass. He is the Prince of all Saiyans. He is my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, whatever movie it is. Yeah, he doesn't have a winning moment, but he's just prideful. He has good character build up. He has the final flash, the Big Bang, the Galick Gun, and I just love that one episode where he tells Jiren, he charges his Galick Gun or his final flash, and he just sit there and take it. And then his fight with Topo was awesome too. Tell him that he abandoned his pride and his for power, and that he would never do that to gain power. So a very prideful guy, and a very strong warrior.
Vegeta walked for all these other characters to run because he's literally the staple, that former bad guy, redeemable bad guy that became more beloved than the original character, and we secretly root him on because you're like, you could see where they came from. You could see why they're doing this, and it's because of characters like Vegeta and these guys here that we love. Sometimes these are the characters we like more than the main character because they're just that awesome.
Yeah. And this will do it for our episode. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe, leave us a comment, and also remember to hit the notification bell so you not miss another episode of Out Geeked.
Yeah, and let us know in the comment below if there's a Vegeta-esque character you could think of that we didn't thought of. And tell us in the comment below why you think they're a Vegeta-like character. We would like to see what you think.
Yeah, who is the Vegeta-esque? Who is your Vegeta-esque? That's right. And always remember, geek out.